Tonight, New Scene takes a special 30-minute look at the relentless economy that's gripping our nation.
America is suffering its worst recession since the Great Depression of the 1930s.
Brother, can you spare a dime?
Good evening and welcome. I'm Stephen Commer.
And I'm Alice Kim. Thanks for joining us. The economy affects how we work, live, get around, and spend our free or not so free time.
And we begin with real estate. In the early 2000s, San Diego was enjoying one of its biggest housing booms in history. People wondered if the housing bubble would ever burst, and it did, unfortunately. With sky-high housing prices gone, it's now the future of San Diego real estate left hanging in the air. Phoebe O has more.
High unemployment and high inventories are keeping the real estate market down, leaving homeowners uncertain about what's going to happen next. Many people are losing their homes in this troubled economy, while others are desperately trying to hold on to their properties. This economy is relentless. Some have lost everything. A heartbroken daughter shares the difficult times her parents had with their home. It's been 3 years, but even after the decision is made and the house is gone, the pain remains.
My dad went through a bout of depression. My mom, she's just sad all the time because she really misses our old house.
Nationwide, there are more than 7 million households in some form of financial trouble and are facing the possibility of foreclosure. Here in San Diego County, there are nearly 25,000 foreclosure homes. There are government modifications to help those who are trying to keep their homes, but for those who can no longer afford the mortgage payments, there are the options of short sale and foreclosure. So how many people are actually facing foreclosure? Well, there's just no clear answer. Right now, nearly 40% of homes on the market are distressed sales, but there could be more, something realtors and bankers call shadow inventory.
Shadow inventory is property that will be hitting the market and hasn't yet gotten there, whether it's because a person isn't willing to sell their homes at this price even if they may be behind in payments for it, or a bank that is either going to short sell or eventually foreclose on a home.
The banks are holding onto some properties because they don't want to lose money themselves and depreciate San Diego's housing prices further. Until all these shadow properties come into view, there will be uncertainty about whether or not the market can stabilize and rise or find a new bottom. Do they have any other options?
No, there was nothing except for foreclosure. They could have stayed there because they give you a notice of 90 days. They could have stayed there to the 90th day and they would have came in and kicked them out anyways.
With Liz Potter, I'm Phoebe O, News Scene.
For those hanging onto their homes by a thread, it's the uncertainty of where their next payment is coming from and if they can make it before the bank forecloses. For the thousands who have already lost their homes to this voracious economy, the challenges are quite different.
Yes, it is. And for them, the big question is, where do we live? The answer invariably is someplace more affordable and almost always someplace smaller, which brings up another challenge. Where do they put all their stuff? Alex Miller-Pastore shows us one woman's experience with economic downsizing.
Every time Alex Zaragoza moves, her stuff moves too.
In the last 6 years, since I was like 20 years old, I must have moved like 8 times.
After divorcing her husband 2 years ago, Alex went from a large 2-bedroom apartment to a studio.
He went back to England where he's from, so I was left with all these things. Like, it's not like we divided, I just kept everything.
And keeping everything has been expensive. To store her possessions, Alex rented a pod. After about 3 months, Alex realized she couldn't keep up the payments, so she sold a few things. Then she traded her studio for a roommate situation and traded the pod for a storage room. She was able to maintain the locker for about 7 months when she discovered the company she was working for was going out of business.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. I have no money. Do I want dinner or do I want this adorable owl that I found at an estate sale?
Her remaining belongings went from storage to the street.
I got rid of like as much stuff as I could.
Alex made $400 at the yard sale, but spent $900 in storage costs. That's a loss of $500, not to mention her stuff. Taking stock of it all, Alex decided to move home with her mom and she also made a realization.
I'm getting rid of all my stuff just for the sake of having a little bit of independence, you know? And it's kind of was just like holding me back more than making me free.
While the downsizing journey has been difficult, Alex is learning some lessons can't be measured in dollars and cents.
You don't need all these things. And it has made life easier and made me feel like less attached to silly things. Just like be happy that I have whatever I have.
In South Park, this is Alex Miller-Pastori, News Scene.
The trend of multi-generational housing is on the rise. Parents, children, and grandchildren are moving in together and pooling their resources. For those less fortunate, downsizing can mean living out of their cars, sleeping in homeless shelters, or living on the streets.
We'll be right back.
We went out of business because it was a furniture store, so I guess it affected mostly when people started losing their homes.
It's a buyer's market, and everyone is kind of working together to help you purchase something.
I had to downgrade my house situation, so from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom.
Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Welcome back. Like it or not, America currently depends on oil for energy. It runs our factories, it heats our homes, and in the form of gasoline, it runs our cars.
Gas is expensive, and here in San Diego, it's well over $4 per gallon in most places. This summer, it's a good bet San Diegans will see gas prices top $5 per gallon. For many, added fuel expense has reached the breaking point. The solution? Find a cheaper way to get around town. Nico Will explains.
Vespa scooters were developed in Italy after World War II as an economical means of transport for the masses. They were inexpensive to manufacture, used fewer raw materials than cars, and were nimble enough to negotiate streets savaged by war. Alex Kahn of Motorsport Scooters says America's current situation has some similarities to a war-torn Europe.
But definitely the economy, bad shape, high gas prices, and the streets and stuff too are getting more congested and there's less parking. So the scooters kind of are starting to really take off here in the US too.
Jen Jones lives in Carlsbad. She has a job and makes a decent living. But as gas prices crept higher and higher, she felt the pinch.
In the summer of 2008, gas prices got really, really high, and my 10-year-old car started having problems, and I foresaw a situation where I wasn't going to be able to keep my car on the road.
She heard a story on NPR about the fuel efficiency and relative low maintenance costs of scooters and decided to buy one. She found a buddy for $2,000. The savings in gas alone is dramatic.
So in my car, I was spending per fill up about $40 a week in gas, and on my scooter it's about $4 a week for the same trips and commuting that I do.
Jen Jones hasn't driven her car in over 2 years. Alex Kahn says Jen's story isn't that unique.
Every time gas spikes up in prices, our sales spike up right with it. In fact, we've printed out the graphs before, and our graph matches the gas price graph. It's exactly the same. People start exploring and looking at scooters as soon as gas prices shoot up.
Unlike many local businesses, Vespa Motorsports is not suffering because of high gas prices. In fact, they just moved to a new location and larger building. Even the mayor came for a recent grand opening celebration.
I don't get to wear clothes like this as mayor, except the beer festivals and scooter outfits.
Incidentally, his wife rides a scooter. Many scooterists will tell you they came for the affordability and fuel efficiency, but they stay for the joy of riding. For Jen Jones, who suffers from depression, owning a scooter has had an even deeper impact.
just getting out in the sunshine and having the air in my face and in my hair, and it feels great when you're on a scooter. It really feels great. So it helped me mentally not need any kind of additional drugs to combat depression. So I owe a lot to scooting.
I'm Nico Will, News Scene.
For those who live close to where they work and shop, a bicycle may be another great option. The cost of gas is zero, and it's a great way to get some exercise while you're getting to your destination.
Yes, bikes and scooters are a great option, Alice, but many San Diegans are also discovering that public transportation can save them the pain at the pump. Buses and trolleys can get you almost anywhere you need to go around town, and at a fraction of the cost. What's big and red and saves you money? It's the San Diego trolley. Although there are many kinds of public transportation in San Diego, only the trolley gives you access to the city and its surrounding communities for $5 a day. You can ride from San Ysidro to San Diego, La Mesa to La Jolla. Downtown and around town, the trolley can take you just about anywhere you want to go in San Diego. And for places the trolley doesn't go yet, it may just be a matter of time.
It's going to have to expand to certain places up through the areas where people work.
The trolley is owned and operated by the Metropolitan Transit System, or MTS, and it's only one of the ways San Diegans get around America's finest city.
There has to be alternative ways. We have to include our bus transportation system.
Ah, yes, the bus. Another great way to move from point A to point B and still have something left to spend when you get there. And with public transportation booming, Councilman Young did say they were expanding, right?
We definitely have cut when it comes to public transportation.
You heard right. Even the state is robbing Peter to pay Paul in this economy.
In these tough times, the state of California is taking away, for example, for MTS, about $15 million in the last year or so. Well, then what are you going to do?
That's a question a lot of people are asking these days. For complete information on route and ticket information, visit sdcommute.com. Airport shuttle services can also come in handy. They pick you up at your door, they handle your luggage for you, and they can drop you off at the airport curb for a very reasonable fee. And you avoid all the cost of parking.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I have to be more aware of where I'm going and just going to the places I really need to go to.
I try not to use my car.
I take the train, I take the bus.
I bike ride sometimes.
I live really close to my work, so most of the time I walk.
I can't afford to drive.
Welcome back. We're talking about the economy, and right now ours is a very unhealthy one. So unhealthy, in fact, that it's bringing new and literal meaning to the phrase, the cost of living.
San Diegans who lose their jobs don't just lose their income, they lose their health insurance as well. COBRA coverage can extend those benefits for about 18 months, but it comes at a very high cost, typically hundreds of dollars per month. And once that's gone, people are forced to choose between having no health and dental coverage or buying private plans, and they're even more expensive. 1 in 6 adults has no health insurance at all, but here in San Diego, we have a third option. As Justin Watson shows us, Mexico may be just what the doctor or the dentist ordered.
Ouch! That dreadful sound of a dentist drilling your teeth can also drill a hole in your wallet. Natasha Mitchell is a 30-year-old bartender from San Diego. We asked Natasha why she was going to Tijuana and why to a surgical dentist of all places.
I have to get some cavities filled, and it's a lot cheaper when you don't have medical to go there.
So you don't have any dental coverage?
No.
And this is the best alternative?
Yeah, it's closest and it's cheapest.
I caught a ride with Natasha and her friend. And after about a 20-minute drive on the 805 South, we finally reached the last USA exit before entering Mexico. After finding parking near the border in San Isidro, we began the long trek from one country and into another. We took a taxi over to our destination and we asked the driver if he noticed an increase in Americans looking for cheap health care. He says that they have more work, but tourism is down when it should be up. More work means dropping off patients at their doctor's appointments and less tourists to bars and clubs. And according to this dentist, he's seen an increase in American patients at his Tijuana office since last year.
Basically every day. Every day? Yes. Probably around 60-70% of my clientele is from the United States.
Wow. Dental practice is booming in Tijuana, Mexico, and there's plenty of business to go around.
Any reason why you don't get it over here in America?
Can't afford it. I've been going down here for 5 years. I've had insurance for 4 of those 5 years. And even with insurance in the state, they wanted $500 for a root canal and a crown that I got in Mexico with my insurance under $100.
A large number of Americans cross into Mexico every day, and to get back into the U.S. can sometimes take 3 to 4 hours. But for some Americans seeking affordable health care, they're willing to wait in line to save a dime.
Justin Watson, News Scene.
Along with low health care costs, Mexican pharmacies sell drugs at a third of the cost of what we pay here in the U.S. According to Customs and Border Protection, patients can cross back into the United States with a 3-month supply of medicine as long as they have a doctor's prescription.
The persistence of the unhealthy economy is making an equally unhealthy education system. Year after year, like a surgeon's scalpel, the economy is slicing away at education budgets. As Kitty Harris explains, education is quite literally dying the death of 1,000 cuts.
City college students are being forced to deal with budget cuts year after year after year.
We have a choice. We either, in my view, you either continue to serve all the students you did and with money you don't have, which obviously you can't do that, you go bankrupt, or you basically start to scale back your offerings to try to move your student enrollment closer to what the state's willing to pay for.
Justin Watson is one of the students who's feeling the pain.
It hurts. I've been here for about 2 years, actually a little bit over 2 years, and I'm that close. I have one class to take, and I had planned on taking it in the summer. So now, with summer school being canceled, I may have to, take the course at another campus.
With summer school essentially canceled, not only do students have to wait to the end of August to continue their education, but they must be ready to break their banks.
Tuition is going to go up to $36. When I came here in 1991, it used to be $6 per unit.
San Diego City College students are left walking into the dark and anticipating a very shaky future. With photojournalist Alice Kim, this is Kitty Harris, News Scene.
With no end to the cuts in sight, the uncertainty principle of this economy looms larger than ever for education.
We'll be right back.
We can't get the classes.
Books are really expensive.
People that are supposed to be on track to graduate in 4 years end up graduating in 5 and 6.
One of the books I bought was like $235 for the esthetician program. Ridiculous.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Mom! Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Welcome back. The economy is our focus tonight. Some things we can live without, but there are some things we have to have.
Yeah, like food, Alice. Everyone has to eat, and whether it's steak and caviar or ramen noodles, these days the ramen team is winning. But there are several ways to stretch our food dollars a little bit further, and with the right mindset, it can even be a little fun. Centless Hudson begins by reintroducing us to an oldie but a goodie.
Coupons are making a comeback. Like everything else, food prices are skyrocketing, and shoppers are doing everything they can to save. Gail Welford likes to use her coupons at Ralph's because on certain days, they are worth double.
The best thing to do is use all the coupons that you can, even though you don't use the items that's on sale for the double price at Ralph's with the coupon. Go ahead and buy it anyway, because it's going to be a time where we're going to have to eat what is available.
Even those who are trying to help the people hardest hit by the economy want to get the most bang for their buck. Sherry Taylor does the buying for the City College Food Pantry, and she uses coupons.
Yeah, I do use coupons when I shop for the food pantry at City College because that's the only way I can, make every penny count. We have a lot of products donated. We get a lot of money donated, and so I'm forever shopping the deals.
Store coupons are a great way to save, but shoppers can add to their savings by using a store card. Store cards come in a credit card size or either a fob size. Store cards give shoppers immediate savings on selected products. I'm Centless Hudson with New Scene.
These days, some stores take double coupons and others expire coupons. There are also many online coupon sites that offer huge discounts on just about everything you can imagine, even things you might not have thought spending on these days. Granted, it takes a little more time to find those great deals, but in this economy, it's time well spent. So make it a fun game, see how much you can save.
How about a game that gives away food for free? One senior community center is doing just that. They're helping San Diego's elderly survive on a fixed income. Araceli Catalan has more.
And 40 and 40.
Rosita B. Concepcion is a low-income senior who, along with other seniors, enjoys playing a good game of bingo at the Gary and Mary West Senior Wellness Center in downtown San Diego.
I get the water. I need water too for my drinks. There are sometimes in the blackout there are clothes, t-shirts, polo shirts, and it serves. If it doesn't fit me, somebody will fix it for my family.
In a bad economy, many seniors are turning to community centers to find ways to participate in activities that'll help them win food and all kinds of household items. Senior Development Officer Shiona Richardson says their center's mission is to provide support for seniors in San Diego.
Seniors can come in and see a nurse. They can see a case manager about accessing health benefits or Social Security benefits. We also have a supportive housing team. We help clients access affordable housing, whether it's transitional housing or permanent housing.
Bingo is one of the many activities the seniors attend here at the Wellness Center where they get to socialize and win prizes too. Just like senior Pasita Laksamana, who plays bingo and enjoys the extra snacks that she wins.
Because it helps for my food. If I will win candy or biscuit, it helps.
Volunteers and donors donate various food items, which includes chips, cookies, olives, green beans, and non-perishable items. Also toiletries such as nail polish remover, shampoo, and shaving cream. It's usually basic needs that we usually take for granted.
Many of our clients are single and they don't have a lot of family. Either nearby or just don't have family at all. And so we become that family, we become that support system.
We are having our good time here, relaxation. We are always longing for the bingo time to come. We always, is there bingo today? Yeah.
In downtown San Diego, I'm Araceli Catalan, News Scene.
With the minimum requirement age at 62, a lack of affordable housing, and the average Social Security check just over $1,000 a month, most seniors in San Diego don't have the luxury of disposable income.
Yeah, that's right. But fortunately, finding free or affordable entertainment here in San Diego, well, it's easy if you know where to go. And Serena Romero shows us the way.
Start the day with a walk or a jog on San Diego's biggest attraction. You can be active and hit the waves, or just relax, build a castle, and take in the scenery. Either way, the best thing about the beach, it's all free. If that doesn't sound appealing, there's always the alternative. Gorgeous Balboa Park. Free guided tours are offered every Wednesday and Saturday, and entrance to the museums are free every Tuesday. End your day here at Balboa Park by taking a walk through the beautiful botanical gardens, the perfect way to spend your day. Or relax the mind and work the body here at Mission Trails. The opportunity to enjoy native greenery and wildlife is abundant here. With over 40 miles of trails, visitors are bound to get a day's worth of exercise here. For the romantics out there, take that special someone to Sunset Cliffs, which is named for what it is best known, stunning sunset views. Even go that extra step and pack a picnic and enjoy it on the cliff tops, trying to catch a glimpse of surfers or even whales and dolphins. Outdoor activities don't sound appealing? Then head to the movies. With normal ticket prices up to $11, this $7 movie theater in the South Bay is a hidden gem. Perfect place to watch the newest releases. However, if staying home for the night sounds better, pick up a $1 movie at the neighborhood Red Box, which is the alternative to Blockbuster and expensive late fees. The point is, young or old, rich or poor, there's always a cheap way to have fun in San Diego. I'm Serena Romero with photojournalist Ashley Sanchez, News Scene.
Those are great ideas for enjoying a great place to live, and there are so many here in San Diego, Alice. Art fans may want to check out Ray at Night. It's free, and it takes place in North Park every second Saturday of the month from 6 to 10. Or if you're downtown, how about a nice long walk on Seaport Village?
Sounds very nice.
Yeah.
Economists say the recession is officially over. While that may be true on paper, we aren't seeing it on Main Street yet.
We hope tonight's special has given you some good ideas for riding the rough seas of this economy.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Alice Kim.
And I'm Stephen Comer. News Scene will be back next week at its regular time. Good night.
Good night.
I don't go shopping as much as I used to.
I don't eat out very often.
I'm more aware of like what I'm buying.
You save a lot of money if you know how to eat, if you know how to shop.
What will you take positive away from this experience?
That I went back to school.
We will remember, but I think we'll remember as a positive experience.
Learning to be aware of your blessings and to be comfortable with less.
I have lost money, but I'm still here.
Just remember that sunshine always follows the rain. Wrap your troubles